Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right.
lost my mouse.
Well, you got it, Kevin.
I know, but I lost my mouse. Hang on here. What's happened to my mouse?
Probably write it out on you.
Oh, it didn't like me being on the play slideshow. Okay, so why should we crop a photo? The basic reason is to focus attention on the subject. So what is cropping? Cropping a picture is adjusting the picture edges to help define a subject, create a story, and eliminate clutter and distractions. You notice the top picture is just an overall picture of an inlet with a lighthouse and a sailboat. I didn't want the sailboat in that picture, so I cropped it out. Again, focus the attention on a subject. Here I have a broad picture of kites up at Point Reyes, and I decided that that was too cluttered, so I cropped it down to just the octopus and a couple of other ones using the rule of threes. When should we crop? So cropping actually begins when you're got your camera in your hand and you're going to try and take a picture. And as we've all been growing with the photography program here, we can sort of visualize what it is we want to take a picture of, select something as our subject, and then use the rules of composition to help emphasize that subject or the feeling that we get and make the photo show what we want the audience to see. So it's beginning when we got the camera in our hands. Oop, keep hitting the right mouse button there. So one way that we can do this with our camera is look at something we want to take a picture of and then move closer, or we can move farther away, or we can use telephoto to sort of zoom in on something and help make that subject stand out. I won't go into great detail on these. We've been through plenty of them, but this is just a list of 20 rules of composition. You can find 15 rules, 10 rules, 25 rules. So depends on who you talk to, but a lot of them have to do with the person that's putting on the show. And then when should we crop? We want to crop to emphasize the style of photograph that we want to display. Here I have 6 different types of photography: the landscape, the street photography, the portraits, wedding photography, product photography, and macro. And we can use these all to crop in and accentuate the photograph that we're taking with the use of cropping. So this symbol is sort of the universal symbol for cropping. I see it on the Adobe suite of software. I see it on my iPhone. So whenever you're looking for a tool to use for cropping, this is probably where you'll find it. You can crop an image to change the shape. I've got 4 basic kind of standard shapes: the square, the portrait, the landscape, and the panorama. So you can change the effect that you want to have after you've taken the picture. So I'm going to go through just some simple steps, 5 or 6 slides on how to use the cropping tool in Lightroom. And then I'll go over, we'll do a live demonstration. I'll open up a photo and we'll walk through that process so that it kind of makes sense. So the first thing is you're in Lightroom. You've gone to your library, you've picked a photo out, and now you want to develop that photo. So you click on the develop module, and there's the symbol for cropping. And when you click on that cropping tool, this is what opens up, and you get this box type of an overlay, that's called, and that will help you work with your photo. You grab the corners of the box and you can squeeze it down, spread it out. I'll show you that function when we do go live here. But when you type the letter O on the keyboard, you get different types of overlay. So let's go do a demonstration. So here we're in Lightroom, and in the library module, I've selected this picture of whatever, some kind of waterfall. And I click on develop. And now I get this toolbar on the right-hand side. Everybody see it where I'm at? And
Yes.
I want to click on this cropping tool. I click that, and it brings down a little menu box that I can use to help me with the cropping. So now this is the 1/3. If I click on the letter O on my keyboard, I'm going to change the overlay.
Oh,
And
wow.
this is just some of the basic ones. It just helps you. It's a guide to help you through whatever you're going to do. So with the rule of thirds, now what happens is, as I grab this tool, it's going to shrink down. And notice how all the sides and everything all work together as one. That's because they're locked together. All the dimensions are locked in with each other. Now over here on the right side, does everybody see this little lock here? Way over on the right side.
Yes.
So that lock can be undone. So now it's unlocked, and I can pick a side and adjust just that side to wherever I want. I can go here, and it just does it by itself. So that's very convenient when you get close to what it is you want. That's very helpful. Now, another thing is you can also move your photograph inside of the overlay. You see how I've grabbed the photo and I'm moving it around, but the overlay stays stationary. So before, when I had it here in the corner, now I can move the head over to the left, so it creates more space for it to look into. Kind of a unique aspect to it. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is straightening. And see this angle here? There we go. See that angle there?
Yes.
If you take that diamond or triangle, you can turn the photograph. Notice the overlay stays stationary, but you can turn the photo inside the overlay. Now that's very useful in many ways, because a lot of times you need to straighten your photo to adjust for a crooked horizon, crooked buildings, and that kind of thing. And then from there, when you're all done, you can hit the cropping tool again, and your picture is done with cropping. Now you have to go through all the other stuff to finish your thing. So that, in a nutshell, is what I had to talk about with cropping. Now, I would like to go over, just to refresh everybody, about aspect ratio, and something that's coming up in our meetings and stuff. And that is, I'm going to move over to Photoshop and use the cropping tool over there. Now in Photoshop, all our tools that we use are on the left-hand side. And I've already gotten into the cropping tool, which is, everybody see it here. It's on the left. There's that box with crosses in it. And what happens is, the way you use this tool is along the top toolbar. So when you click on the first box there, it brings up a whole bunch of selections. You can go the original ratio of your picture. You can turn it into a 1x1 square. And by 1x1, that's the same dimension will be on the vertical as the horizontal line. So let's say we wanted a 4x5 or an 8x10, and we see how that changed things. Now that box can be, or the picture can be moved around in that box, and you can place it on the rule of thirds so that you get the duck head in the right place. I guess Steve would have the eye, right? So, and if you don't like that, well, you can clear it and try something else. And you'll notice down here we have 16:9, give you a landscape. And you're going, oh, geez, I don't want it landscape. I want it portrait. So the double arrows in between the 16 and 9 will reverse it. So, okay, now you have your portrait. And again, you can move that picture inside or underneath the overlay. And then the last thing is, you can do it by pixels, and you can change the DPI here. See, this box here is DPI. You can change the DPI. That's going to be important here in my next explanation. So what I want to do is go up to the top and I want to make my own. And that's because Linda and the Photo Warriors have two different size sleeves, 14 by 11 and 18 by 12. And so I'm going to have a 14 by 11. At 300 DPI. So the computer's remembering what I've already put in the past. But watch this. In order that I don't have to go back and re-enter all of those, those numbers and, start from scratch, I can go new crop preset. And when I hit OK, now anytime I want to have that as my dimensions, I can go 14 by 11 by 300. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So I can do that with 18 by 12 and do it whatever your desire is to have your picture at. So this is the Kevin Davidson cropping show come to an end here. There's hundreds and hundreds of other things that can be done with cropping. I couldn't put it all together into one neat package. So we have stuff left over for more weeks in the future. And thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Kevin.
Anybody got any
job.
questions? Sorry.
No.
Okey doke.
If you made that crop preset, now the 14 by 11, right?
Yeah.
And that set up that way, there's a preset. It's landscape, but if you hit these double arrows, it'll change it to portrait, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you don't have to save two presets.
Yes, you don't. Yeah, you don't have to save the reverse or opposite. Just the one.
And then go back to where you're showing all the ratios that are available. Leave that. Yeah. Let's say you wanted to do the 12 by 18. Well, you don't see 12 by 18, but you see this one, 2 by 3, 4 by 6. If you multiply those by 3, you get 12 by 18. So you just have to have the right ratio, even though I've been emphasizing mainly to hope to avoid mistakes is putting in the actual dimensions that you want. But for sending it to the printer, you just need the right ratio for what you want.
Yes.
Kevin, can you set these specific ratios up within Lightroom so you don't have to go into Photoshop?
That I don't know. I think, let me go back to Lightroom here.
Did have an aspect ratio over in Lightroom. I saw that.
Yeah, go to your crop tool in Lightroom. And over there where it says custom to the right where the lock is, the little caret, yeah, there you go.
Oh, there, yeah, okay, you're very good. Very good.
Very good.
And enter a costume. Yeah, enter a costume. Wear your duck clothes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's very good, and I think very helpful. We recorded this, and I think this is one that may prove to be useful in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good job. Good job. You're hired.
Thank you.
Um,
Should I stop recording now?
one
Yes.
second.
Oh,
I'm trying to. Did I lose it? Where's that image size thing at?
oh,
Is that in Photoshop?
Go to edit,
Yeah,
and then come down to, oh God, yours is different.
he's in Lightroom.
if you, no, you have that photo selected, go to File. And I'm just guessing here, but I think now just export, not export with previous. Just go down to export.
No, there was something across the top here where you could just see the.
In Photoshop, you can
It's
go to
in
edit.
Photoshop. Oh,
Yes, yes. Well, let's see.
Yeah, you need to check there on the upper, on your top layer.
oh.
Hit the little check
All
box.
right.
That little check
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
left. There you go.
Yeah, okay,
Now go up to image.
okay, now image, yeah.
There we
Image
go.
size.
Okay,
So, there you go.
there we go. That I knew I left something off, but so this you can see how many megapixels it is, the dimensions in pixels, and your resolution. So you can also just change the resolution here to 300.
Okay, and now here, now, Doug, this is where it was different. Now just change one of those, the 14, change it, with the height to 14, the height. Cause you have it,
Change the height to 14.
oh, you don't have the whole thing, all checked.
I had to lock it. I had it unlinked.
Yeah, I need,
Now they're linked. So when I go like 28, the width grows proportionally with the height when I enter one number.
right,
I
if it's
can-
linked, yeah, if it's linked, change the height to 14. And then let's see what the width would be. Is it linked?
Yeah.
It's linked, yeah.
See, that's where we were having some changes. Hmm.
So what are you saying, Linda?
The-
When people are selecting their photo, they need to unlink this?
Yeah, this was 12 by, no, this was 11 by 14 or 12 by 18. This was 11 by 14 initially when you started. And we're trying to get that to show 11 by 14 there.
Yeah, so we need
But
to
it's not.
unlink.
You've got, let's see.
There, see, it's
Right.
because it's unlinked. The only thing that changed was the number I input.
Mm-hmm.
When you
So
go
that's what-
back, okay, cancel that and go back to your image again. And then go to, on your cropping selection, find the custom one that you created. Yeah, pick that. Okay, and now reverse it. And now move the duck back into the water. No. There we go. That's fine. And now, hit your check mark up at the top. Now go to image size
It'd be
Image.
11 by 14.
and there you are, 11 by 14.
There you go. Yeah.
So I think with everybody's help along the way here, I think we've created our method for getting people's pictures the right size for the sleeves we have. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then if people want to bring their pictures on a thumb drive tomorrow,
Mhm.
Yes.
we can do this for them, or?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We can work together on getting this done.
Okay. Yeah, I have Photoshop on my laptop, so I'll make sure it's charged and ready to go.
Okay.
Sounds good. Are we all done then?
We're good, and this is good.